What's going on, guys? Welcome to Open Spaces. If you're new here, I go by Tox, and on this channel we show you guys how to make really amazing Shopify sites for your brand, business, agency, whatever it is that you're doing. I'm a web developer with years of experience working in the fashion, streetwear, entertainment industries, and yeah, today's topic we're gonna be talking about Yeezy and how to get a site that looks very similar to Yeezy. And we'll be using Plain Jane 2.0, one of our best-selling products by far. So without further ado, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna jump right into it. All right, guys, so this is the site that we're gonna be building. A lot of you guys have probably seen this promo video, and this is where most of the questions that we get come from, honestly. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to get this exact look if you have Plain Jane 2.0, and if you don't, you can probably still learn from some of the things we're talking about in this video. All right, but let's take a look at what Kanye's site looks like. So this is how it looked a while ago. We used the Wayback Machine. It's a website where you can look at websites and how they looked from a while ago. I believe this is probably around 2020 or so, 2020 or 2021, when the site looked like this. Still very minimal. He had more garments that he was selling and stuff like that. All right. This is how his site looks right now, currently, as of December 19th, 2023. His new Vultures album with Ty Dolla $ign is about to come out. So this is how it looks. Very minimal, no pricing, no titles. Yeah, pretty simple. This may not, work well for everybody. Most people want to have to show pricing and titles and stuff like that. So we're really just trying to combine the best of both worlds and just give you guys a site that pulls off the aesthetic in general. And this is our version. All right, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good if you'd ask me. So let me show you guys how to do this. So first off, you want to follow along, make sure to get Plain Jane 2.0. Right now it's available on sale, actually, for $99 instead of $149. And this will give you everything you need, plus more, tons and tons of features here. All right, so let's jump into the back end of Shopify. So of course, make sure you have the theme uploaded already, and you're good to go. And let's just go into the customizer and take a look at this. So we're really going to start from the password page. All right, here we are on the password page. Let's break down this page into the major elements, and then we'll go over the settings for each of those elements. All right, so we have the background video, we have the countdown timer, logo, of course, early access button in the top right over here, and then we have our store message here and email sign up kind of paired together down there, and then finally we have that sliding screen that has the enter store button. You can't see that right now because the timer is still running, but once the timer hits 0, 0, 0, 0, then that sliding thing pops up and you can enter the store. All right, so let's start with the logo really quick. So when you come here, probably start on this page on sections here. You want to click on this cog, the theme settings, scroll down to logo, and if you scroll down, you want to look at the default logo setting. All right, this is what controls the logo for the password page. For this example, we just kept everything black just to keep it Yeezy brand. We didn't want to change the colors or anything, so we left it like that. And for the default, we left it at 115 pixels. All right, so it's a good small size, not too large, not too small, just about perfect. All right, next let's take a look at this actual countdown timer. All right, so to get there, you want to go up to here, sections, make sure you click this, and then if you look here on the right side, it has all of our countdown timer settings and things like that. So let's scroll past the main stuff on setting it up. If you want to learn how to set up the countdown timer, if you're following along, we have a separate video. I'll probably throw a link somewhere here on the screen for you to check that video out. But moving on along, so for the countdown settings, we have show days, hours, minutes and seconds labels checked, and then we have the swap countdown message positions checked as well. And then curve countdown box. We're not really using that, so we really don't even have to have that on there. Countdown box capacity, you don't have to worry about that. What else? Colors. All right, so for the colors, can't unbox color. We're not using the box, don't worry about that. We went with this gray because we're trying to keep it very earth toned. Most earth tones to me kind of have like they're like muted versions of like, you know, the bright primary color, like you know, green, for example. When you think of green, you get that Irish bright green. But like the earth tone version to me is a lot more muted, where it turns to more of an olive. Same thing with brown, it turns more into a tan or a khaki. And we try to do the same with the gray and get kind of like a grayish light green hue kind of going on. If you want to really copy this, we're not really green, I mean, it's just really just gray. But here's the hex code here. If you want to copy that, it's on you. It's 9E, 9E, 9E. And then for everything else, the label colors, we left that all just, you know, white, pretty basic. As for the font for this countdown time, we're using Fahala 1. This already comes pre-installed with the theme. We give you up to like 100 plus fonts to choose from once you have plain Jane. And if you scroll down, you can find Fahala 1 there. As far as spelling, or let me show you where to go to change that. You're going to want to go to theme settings again. You're going to hit typography here, and then we're going to scroll on down to see countdown fonts right here. You can even do your own custom font if you want to, but for this we're using Fahala 1. Pretty sure that's how you say it. It seems like the J would be silent here. But yeah, there you go. Next, let's take a look at this early access here. It's pretty simple. It's just white, and then when you hover over, it has a little gray streak come over it. To edit that, you're gonna wanna go to sections. You're gonna wanna scroll down to, let's see, I even forget myself where it is sometimes. Let's see, store owner login. All right, so you can customize the text here if you want to say early access or not. You know, you can change that to whatever. And when you click this, a box should appear. I think it's on the customizer, it's not showing. Let me see. Let's preview this page. The password page. All right, cool. Yeah, so when you click on it, this is what pops up, and you can edit this also. See, enter store password. If you want to change the title here, enter store password, you can do that. And then the button, and we really should have changed this, to be real with you guys. I mean, let's try and do a 10. We're gonna do some live editing here. Oh, whoopsie. Oh, let me save it first. Oh yeah, we got to make that text black so that's actually legible. Let's see. Password form, enter, text color, input color. Refresh this page. Try again. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Very minimal, very on brand with Yeezy to me. All right, cool. So that's it. You know, there's more settings here. You guys can copy these settings if you would like. But it should be pretty self-explanatory. As far as the gray, I mean, it's the same gray that we're using for the countdown color. It's 9E, 9E, 9E. And for the tan, we're using E1, E0D5. All right, so cool. So next we're gonna look at this bottom one here, the store message. All right, so that should be somewhere right. So store message colors. So we use the same tan or beige color that we just mentioned. It's E1, E0D5. And then we have some opacity on that, all right, for the background color of this. So we have it at 0.2 right now. If you want to make it more, you can. You know, I don't like it that solid, to be honest. I don't think it looks that good. I think it looks a lot better when you can kind of see through it into the video. That's how that looks. As far as the settings here, we got rid of the message title, so uncheck that. Then we have the show store message. So this shows the entire thing in general. And then we have the background. We want to keep this on because if you remove this, it becomes a little bit unlegible to me with certain parts of the video. Well, it still looks pretty good here. It's not too bad, but I just prefer, because I like to be able to kind of throw in those beige colors whenever you can, to kind of keep it to that Yeezy feel. So I keep that there. Let's see here. Then we have the show store message text. This is the literal text right here. So, whatever you want to write here. If you don't need it, you can always get rid of it and just kind of rock with this. If I'm rocking alone with no text, I might even just hide the background itself. That looks a lot cleaner too. So, either way would kind of work. And of course, we want to show the email form. All times you need to get those emails while your store is locked. Cool. And then we have the background. Finally, save the best for last. So if you scroll down the background and look at the background, style section, you want to make sure video is checked off. And then you want to upload your link here. If you don't know how to add a background video, I'll add another link to a previous video here somewhere on the screen. Click that and check that out. We'll go in depth. And then let's see. We also have this slideshow area. So the slideshow, I like it a lot, but right now it's only kind of good on mobile. The way we set this up, like we put portrait style images, so it looks better on mobile than desktop. So that's also an option for you if you don't want to use like a video background. The slideshow works pretty well too. So I can show you guys really quick, but I'm gonna move it to mobile. Let's save. Yeah, see, I think it looks pretty clean. For this, I probably would get rid of this background and the text here and just leave the email alone, honestly. Let's go back to video, save. All right, cool. So that's the password page in a nutshell. Oh, I forgot one more thing. The actual store, the animation where the screen slides up. So we made that the same 90 gray color, and then we just made the text white, and then for enter we kind of like spaced out each word or each letter just to kind of just for some letter spacing. We thought it looked nice. We enabled the text glow on the text. It's really subtle, but it's definitely there. And if you want to, you can also put music. So when your countdown finishes and hits 0000, you can make it so a special song plays while the animation is happening, and your customers can enter the store then. To do this, all you have to do is follow. It's the same as our other video on how to upload music to your Shopify theme. I'll leave another link in this video somewhere for you guys to check that out. All right, so let's jump over to the collection page. All right, this is where the real meat is. All right, so we're here on the collection page. Let's go from top to bottom. All right, so let's go over the main elements of this page. All right, so we have our running announcement bar here. We have our logo, we have our cart. Let's open this guy so you guys can see. Really nice cart. Then we have our products here, of course. And then we have our menu on the side right over here. And that's about it. I didn't add a footer to this. If you want, you could also have a footer down there if you want. But we didn't do that for this one. But yeah, so let's break this down. So let's start with the announcement bar. All right, so to get to the announcement bar, you want to go to theme settings with this cog here on the left, click announcement bar, and then you have all the settings here. So you can change the text right here. Text font size, we went with the 14 pixels. And then the font running here is the same Inconsolata font that we discussed earlier. Really good font to use. And then here are our colors. So we use the same E1, E0D5 color that we've been using for, on the password page this whole time, the same khaki tan. But you may be wondering how come, it looks a little bit darker. Let's see if I can click this. See, it looks a little bit darker in here. If this was the same color, it would kind of blend in. What we did is we made the background a little bit lighter, but we'll touch on that in a second. Let's see. So as far as the settings for the announcement bar, we have show announcement bar checked. We have enable shadow checked. I like having a little bit of shadow, kind of defines it a little bit. Then we have the enable scrolling text. We have that set to, sorry, I'm scrolling all over the place. We have that set to 20. And then we got the float announcement bar going. So floating means it's not like anchored to the top. So if we uncheck this, that kind of anchors it to the very top of the page. You could do this if you want. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But I really like this floated this floated look of it. And then you can also curve the corners of the announcement bar. I like it curved, but if you want it, you know, more rectangular and straight, you can do that. But I prefer like a slight curve to it. If you want, you can do, you know, make it bigger, but I like to keep things small and more minimal, so I'm gonna leave it like this. So that's it for the announcement bar. Next, let's touch on the background really quick, just because we touched on it earlier. So if you notice, the background here is a different color compared to this one. The announcement bar background color is what we've been using this entire time. For the background, I changed it, but kept it in the same realm just to match the background of these images. And I'll show you what I mean right here. So we click this. So this is EEEDE2. All right. If we go to our original tan color, you can see now the boxes here. And now that we're looking at this, I mean, if you really want your site to look professional and to get this look, you need to make sure that your images are sized correctly. I mean, there's like, I've seen so many sites, you know, to where people don't size their products properly, and it just makes it look terrible, bro. Like, you can't have like a rectangular image here, and then you have a portrait image here, and then you have a square one. Like, if you put a portrait image right here, like where this shoe is, like the price is going to get pushed all the way down, and then everything's going to kind of be off-centered. You want your prices to be uniform, all in a row. You want your products to look all uniform. So you have to make sure you put everything in the right dimensions, right? So that really takes going into Photoshop, you know, figuring out what size you want to make your document. You know, if you want to do 1,000 pixels by 1,000 pixels, you know, for each of your products, you fit them inside that box and center it and make sure it looks good, you know. And then when you export all those out and you put them in here, then you have a much more professional looking site. All right. But anyway, we did that just so the color. So we're making the background color just a little bit lighter to kind of like match the background of, you know, all of the shoes. And it also helps to make the announcement bar like stand out. Because if we make it the same color, I mean, you could still tell because we put that, you know, the shadow on the announcement bar there. But it pops out a lot more. It still remains subtle in a way when you kind of, you know, just make the color a little bit off, just a little bit, you know, sharper. So there's that with the background. All right. So let's now start taking a look at the actual, well, let's look at the logo actually. Let's not skip the logo. So to change the logo here, it's very simple. You go to theme settings, you're gonna go to logo, and then you're going to go to collection page logo, and we have it sized at 115, and you just upload it here. All right. So from there, well, let's also take a look at the cart. So the cart is really nice. I like this a lot. If you click on this, you know, we have this really cool image pop up here, this cool background image for the cart. Same Encantalada fonts and everything. And yeah, let's look at these settings. So to get here, you're gonna go to theme settings, then you're going to, let's close that and scroll down to cart settings. And then we have all these options here. All right, so we're following this the new background color of EEEDE2. Okay. So you said that for the upper cart background color. Well, right now you probably won't be able to tell with these background colors because we uploaded an image. So right now, like, this image is taking up everything, but normally there's different sections to the cart. So you have the upper section, which is this top part here. So you can see this, right? You can see the difference there. It's gonna close the whole thing. I don't want to do all that. Anyway, whatever, let's go back. Okay, here we are. So yeah, so this controls the upper cart section up here. The center cart section where the background is, you can set the background color here as well. The whole center section. And there's a lower cart section also, when you have stuff in your cart and where your payment options are and all that kind of stuff. This is that section. And then your line dividers. We made the line divider the same gray color from before, 90, 90, 90. And it's better to, you know, you want to try and blend your colors a little bit, instead of just doing just a white or a black, you know, something kind of in between, you know, transitions the color. So this is the divider here, and this, if you get rid of this image, you'll see more dividers as well. But that's it for the cart. And remember, you know, content is king, guys. I mean, your site's only going to look as good as your content is. So you know, really find yourself a good photographer, videographer, or graphic designer that can really make you some images that you really, you know, you really like. All right, so let's go back to sections. Let's close this. Okay. All right, now let's go through all of this here. All right, all these settings. Okay, so date and time, we didn't include that because I don't know, we just didn't want to. And then of course cart, we made it black, you know, black and white, basically very simple. And then we have the shop menu on the side. So if you followed our installation video, you probably already have the shop menu set up. If you didn't, you can just follow these steps here to add this menu. If you're wanting, so you can add like tops, bottoms, footwear, you know, all the stuff that you kind of want there. You can do that. Down here at the desktop menu. So this is the desktop shop menu. If you click this, it'll put it on the right side, but if you uncheck it, it'll be on the left. I prefer it on the right. That's just me for this site. Other sites, it looks better on the left to me, but that's really up to you to use your own discretion. Make desktop menu fixed. So what this does is when you're scrolling down the page, you notice how this menu kind of follows you down, right? So if you uncheck it, this is what happens. It stays in that same place. It doesn't follow us down the page. So if you have a lot of products, I mean, you definitely want to have this clicked, because if you don't, then customers have to like scroll all the way to the top just to like change, you know, categories, and you don't want that. So we're just gonna leave this checked. I think it's always good just to have it checked in most cases. And then let's see, menu link colors, black. And then here's our hover color. It's the same 90, 90, 90, right? And then the color when it's hovered, like the actual text color, we left as white. All right. Font size is 12, and then the spacing is at 8. So it'll be 8 pixels between each menu option that you put there. All right. So, oh, and we have it aligned to the right. So you could do center or left or whatever, but yeah, I like it on the right. You can't really even tell. All right. And this is for the mobile menu. So same deal. You know, just make sure to switch to the mobile view here. And these are the settings. Yeah, you can screenshot this if you want. If you want to copy this, you can. So let's keep going down. Let's look at the product titles. So for this, with the product titles off only because we didn't put the actual names of the shoes. It's just like product 1, 10, 11, you know, blah, blah, blah. But you know, you can always include that. I think it looks good. Again, using the same Encantalada font at 12 pixels. Same thing with the product price. It's gonna be in black, 12 pixels, and Encantalada font. The currency format, you know, I think most people who are outside the United States, they would probably prefer to do with currency, because you get that USD or AUD or whatever your currency is. You can put that down there, or you can, you know, leave it like this without the currency. It's up to you. Labels, this is for like your on sale or sold out labels. So right now we have it as like a black on sale background black. So these aren't really even set up because we don't have anything on sale. So I mean, I wouldn't really, don't look at this. If you're trying to copy this, you should set that up yourself. Use your own discretion. Label sizes we have on desktop set at 60, and then mobile 55. And we're not using product frames, and we're not using the product background for this site. Okay, so that's about it. Let's take a look over here. Let's go to theme settings and then shop layout. So right now the desktop columns, well, first off, the style. So the style of this shop page, right? We have it in plain Jane classic. Let me show you guys the difference. So plain Jane 2.0, this is how it looks. Some people might like this look more. You know, you can add a background image to this sidebar if you want. But you know, to keep it more like Yeezy, you know, EA would definitely have it more minimal. So we're gonna stay with the plain Jane classic for this. And then you can set the desktop columns to whatever you want. You can have it at 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, you can take a look at how that looks. You know, it still looks pretty good, you know, and the reason why it still looks good is because all of the images are the exact same dimensions. If you have different like squares and rectangular images and portrait images, it's gonna look a little crazy, you know. But yeah, let's keep it at our 5. Here's how 6 looks. I mean, that looks pretty dope too, you know. We'll just keep it at 5. And then mobile, you can set the columns to 1 or 2. If you have a few products, I'd recommend 1. If you have a lot, I would recommend putting it on 2. And then these are the spacings, right? So the column gap, so that's the gap between here, you know, these gaps here. We have that set at 16. The row gaps, that's in between, like right here, from left to right, between these 2 rows. We have that set to a 16. And same thing for mobile. The row gap, 16, column gap, 16. We have our product image size at 100%, okay? And so if we're looking over here, we have the product image size at 100%, and then product box width. All right, so this only works in plain Jane 2.0. All right, so I'll show you how that looks really quick. So we're gonna uncheck this and then switch it to plain Jane 2.0, and you can control how this is sized. So you can size it up like this, or if you want to make it really small, get even more minimal with it, you know, you can do that. Let's go to 550. Yeah, so there you go. You know, I'm gonna keep it at this 650 here, responsive, and then on plain Jane classic, and that's how we get that look. Okay. And then show second product image on hover. So you just have to check this, and when you highlight over this, if you have a second product image, it'll show here. Right now we didn't really optimize for that. We didn't add a second one, so I'm just gonna actually uncheck this. There we go. And I think that's about it for this page. Yep, that's about it. All right, finally, we're gonna look at the product page. So, and that will basically be everything for this site. All right, so we're here on the product page. Let's take a look at this element by element. So of course we have our announcement bar at the very top. We have our background, we have the logo, we have the cart section, and then of course the title, price, description, our buttons, and then the product image itself here. And that's about it. All right, so the announcement bar we're not going to really cover again because it's, you know, we covered it in the last section, and it's the same thing basically. Yeah, I'm not going to cover it. So it's a jump over to the header section here, that has the logo. So to change the logo, you want to go to theme settings, go to logo, and scroll all the way down to product page logo. Below that, it's the same 115 font size or logo pixel size. That's cool. And then for cart, I mean, that's also universal. We covered in the last section, so we won't do it here. So let's jump down to this plain Jane 2.0 product settings section. All right, so for this, if you click on plain Jane 2.0 itself, right, we have some options here. So we have our product image on the right. You can put on the left if you want. You know, that doesn't look too bad either, but I really just prefer on the right for some reason for this one. I just like it more. Product gallery on left. So we don't have a gallery for this. We didn't upload multiple images, but if we did, it would show up like right here, or actually right below the buttons. You probably want it actually like here or something, or even here. Yeah. So besides that, product description alignment. So we have the text aligned to the left rather than the center. I think it looks a little weird to the center. Well, I mean, it's not too bad. But yeah, don't try and freak this too much. I mean, keep it simple, you know. I'll just do the left. In some cases, I don't know why you might want to do right. I mean, right don't really look that bad, to be honest. But yeah, let's keep it left. Fade in duration. So each time you click next item, right, this is we have like a little fade animation that happens. For example, let's try it here. It's very quick, but if we increase it, you can change how they load in, right? So that's pretty cool. Let's go back to the first product. Let's go back here. We kept it at 1 just to make it really quick. But you know, it's up to you. If you wanted to kind of slowly come in, you can do that. It's the product gallery sizing. We don't need that. Yeah, we're not using the gallery right now. All right, so title, we have the, you know, all the text is black. This font is Valhalla 1. So for if you go to theme settings, typography, look through here for the header fonts, right? For the header, we have Valhalla 1. So we have Inconsolata for everything. And then for the header and the countdown timer, we have a hollow one. All right. And then here we have the product title margin. So that's going to be the spacing between here. So we like to do like a rule, or I like to do like a rule of 8. So I do everything in multiples of 8. So this is at 8 pixels for both desktop and mobile. If we go to price, you know, price is black. Font size, we have it set to 16 multiples of 8. Without the currency here, yeah, that's really about it. I mean, black here, sale price in red, price font size, you know, 16, 16, 16, or sales font size 16, and then margins, we have it at 16, so there's another multiples of 8. Gallery, you're not really looking at. Description, so for description, see this word limit here. So what this is we have like a read more, like a link that pops up, and you can kind of set the word limit. So let's say we make this 50, for example, right? Update here, I might need to, all right, cool. So now if you click read more, then it'll show the rest, you know. Let me see, let me actually make it like way smaller. Let's do 20. All right, there you go. So yeah, so you can do that and show the full thing or read less. And you can set the number of words you want for that. We left it just at the you know, large amount, 120, just, you know, just whatever. The margins for this, we put at 8 pixels here for desktop and only 4 on mobile. Probably should be, well, we'll see. Let me see it on mobile really quick. Why did I do that? Oh yeah, because there's a lot of spacing here. So I want to keep things closer together. But yeah, so we did 8 and 4 here. Variations / buttons, you know, the add to cart background in black, the text is white. Pretty self-explanatory. Only difference here is we're using the highlight color, is that gray color, which is 90, 90, 90, and then the spacing between 16 pixels and then 8 for mobile. All right, an on sale label. Pretty self-explanatory, man. I mean, so that's about it. We're not really using the product recommendations on this site like that. Yeah, we really should just hide that. We don't really have it working here. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. That's about it for this site. We didn't set up any other pages for real. So yeah, if you're looking for that, if you know, bought Plain Jane because of you know, you saw you know, our original post here, you know, now you know how to basically build this. I mean, this is the exact same site that was used in this this video. All right, so that's it, guys. I already know this was a really long video. I really didn't expect it to go on for this long, but you know, hopefully this helps you guys out. And if you don't have Plain Jane, hopefully this convinces you to buy Plain Jane. You know, we're gonna leave a link in the description below. You know, this is by far the best Shopify theme for independent brands, you know, in my opinion, you know. But yeah, if you have any questions, you have any comments, maybe you feel like I missed something here, I try to be as in-depth as possible, but you know, we all make mistakes. Just leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer it, either, you know, here in the comment section on YouTube, or I might, you know, make a video for it and on Instagram and post it, or on TikTok or whatever. You know, follow our socials, is in the description below as well. And peace, guys, until next time.